In the NHL, the trade deadline is a dangerous trap. It's a time when desperate contenders mortgage their future for a missing puzzle piece, and rebuilding teams pray those lottery tickets turn into gold. On March 1st, 2015, the Washington Capitals needed a spark. They wanted a versatile, gritty forward to push them over the playoff hump. The Calgary Flames, on the other hand, were playing the long game. The deal? Calgary sends veteran winger Curtis Glencross to the nation's capital. In return, Washington ships out a 2015 second-round pick and a third-round pick. Let's look at Washington's side of the ledger first. When you trade premium draft capital for a rental, the expectation is immediate impact, but the reality is rarely that simple. Glencross's impact that season culminated in 4 goals in the final 18 games of the regular season, and just 1 goal in 10 playoff games. He was a solid middle six winger, but his time in Washington was merely a blip on the radar, a short-term stopgap that didn't yield the deep playoff run the Capitals were desperately chasing. Washington paid the rental fee, but Calgary used those picks to construct a core. This is where the asset management masterclass begins. Calgary didn't just draft with those picks, they weaponized them. Let's follow the third-round pick. Calgary didn't keep it. They flipped that third-rounder to the Arizona Coyotes with another third-round pick for a second-round pick in the 2015 draft. Calgary selected Oliver Kylington, 60th overall, with the pick. Kylington would play 6 seasons of stellar defensive play, over 200 games for the Flames, including a career year in 2021-2022 with 31 points and an impressive plus 34 plus-minus rating. The following season, Kylington missed the entire 2022-23 season due to personal reasons and returned to the team halfway through the 23-24 season. After finishing that season, he signed with Colorado in the summer of 2024. If we ended the trade tree here, it would still be a massive win for the Flames. But the crown jewel of this trade tree? That 52nd overall pick. Calgary took that 52nd overall pick, packaged it with their own 15th overall first rounder and 45th overall second rounder, and sent the entire bundle to the Boston Bruins. The return? Dougie Hamilton. Hamilton became an absolute force on the Flames' blue line. From 2015 to 2018, he registered 137 points in 245 games. Calgary turned a short-term rental winger into a cornerstone, top-pairing defenseman in his absolute prime. After an outstanding 17-goal, 44-point season in 2017-2018, the Flames disappointed, missing the playoffs by 11 points. In June 2018, General Manager Brad Treliving decided it was time for a change. Dougie Hamilton was packaged in a star-studded blockbuster deal with Michael Ferland and Adam Fox, and sent to Carolina in exchange for Elias Lindholm and Noah Hanifin. Think about the names in that trade. Dougie Hamilton, Adam Fox, Elias Lindholm, Noah Hanifin. It was a blockbuster in every way possible. But you might think to yourself, I don't remember Adam Fox ever playing for Carolina. That's because not even a year later, with the Hurricanes unlikely to sign Fox out of college, they traded him to the New York Rangers, where he became the Norris Trophy winning defenseman he is today. As for Elias Lindholm, he joined the Flames for the 2018-19 season, immediately forming a lethal line with Johnny Gaudreau and Sean Monahan, putting up a career-high 27 goals and 78 points right out of the gate. He followed it up with an absolute monster campaign, 42 goals and 82 points in 82 games, alongside an outstanding plus 61 rating in 2021-22, centering one of the most dominant lines in hockey with Gaudreau and Matthew Tkachuk. The final audit on Lindholm's time in Calgary, 418 games played and 384 points over 6 seasons. And he added another 17 points in 27 playoff games. But in 2024, the landscape had drastically shifted. With Gaudreau in Columbus, Tkachuk in Florida, and Lindholm looming as a pending unrestricted free agent, the Flames had to make a business decision. They decided to move Lindholm to the Vancouver Canucks. The return? It was massive. Calgary acquired prospect defenseman Hunter Brzustewicz and Joni Jurmo, proven scorer Andrei Kuzmenko, a 2024 first-round pick, and a conditional 2024 fourth-round pick. Hunter Brzustewicz has split the last 2 seasons between the Flames and AHL affiliate Calgary Wranglers. Joni Jurmo played 17 games for the Wranglers before returning to Sweden, but is still under contract until this offseason. Then there's Andrei Kuzmenko, a former 39-goal scorer in his first NHL season. He had a disappointing follow-up campaign with just 8 goals before the trade to Calgary. But he found his game. He finished the 2023-24 season with 25 points in 29 games for the Flames. And just 1 year after being acquired, Calgary made another move. They sent Kuzmenko along with Jacob Pelletier, a 2025 second-round pick and a 2028 7th-round pick, to Philadelphia in exchange for Joel Farabee and Morgan Frost. Farabee and Frost have each played over 100 games, putting up almost 40 points respectively, while cementing themselves in top 6 roles for the Flames. And even better for Calgary, cost certainty. Frost is locked in through the 2027 season, and Farabee is signed through 2028. But what about that 2024 first-round pick from the Lindholm trade? With the 28th overall pick, Calgary selected Russian winger Matvei Gridin. Gridin joined the organization this season, putting up 30 points in 37 AHL games. He made his NHL debut in October, before rejoining the big club in January. And he's already showing flashes of elite skill in his short NHL career so far. He's posted 15 points in under 30 games, ironically playing right alongside Morgan Frost in the top 6. And what about that 2024 conditional 4th-round pick from Vancouver? It was flipped at the 2024 draft to trade down with Philadelphia, turning into a 5th and 6th-round pick. Calgary used those picks to select center Luke Misa at 150th overall and defenseman Eric Jamieson at 177th overall. Misa and Jamieson are both playing in college this season with Penn State and Denver respectively, and hopefully both will join Calgary in the future. So let's just step back and look at this for a second. A deadline deal for a middle 6 forward all the way back in 2015 has grown through the years. From Dougie Hamilton and Elias Lindholm to current players Joel Farabee, Morgan Frost, and Matvei Gridin. Over 11 years. And the craziest part? We're still not done. Let's jump back to Noah Hanifin. Hanifin played 6 seasons of steady, 2-way defensive play for Calgary. He posted 191 points in 420 games, logging over 21 minutes a night as a staple on their blue line. But at the trade deadline in March 2024, the Flames made a blockbuster 3-team deal with the Vegas Golden Knights and the Philadelphia Flyers. The mechanics of it were fascinating. Philadelphia received a 2024 5th-round pick from Vegas just for retaining 25% of Hanifin's salary, while Calgary, they received defenseman Daniil Miramonov, a conditional 2024 3rd-round pick, and a highly coveted 2026 1st-round pick. Let's look at the immediate return from that massive 3-way deal. Daniil Miramonov has played 65 games over 3 seasons since arriving in Calgary. He's spent the majority of his current 2025-26 season in the minors, but he remains under contract with the Flames for the rest of the year. He's a depth piece for now. Then there's the 2024 3rd-round pick. Calgary used that selection on Russian goaltender Kirill Zarubin, who is currently still developing his game over in Russia. But make no mistake, the undisputed crown jewel of this specific branch, the piece that could define the Noah Hanifin trade for the next decade, is that 2026 first-round pick. As we look toward the draft this summer, that pick is projected to be a top 20 selection, a premier asset born from a trade that started well over a decade ago. But the true beauty of this trade tree isn't just in the direct lines. It's how these acquired assets intertwined to define an entire era of Calgary Flames hockey. By securing elite talent on the back end, with the Hamilton blockbuster to Lindholm and Hanifin, Calgary built the foundational support needed for their franchise cornerstones to thrive up front. This web of brilliant asset management directly aligned with the era of Johnny Gaudreau, a player who gave the Flames a staggering 599 points in 601 games as their cornerstone between 2014 and 2022. When we finalize the audit on the Curtis Glencross file, the verdict is undeniable. Washington bought a few months of service. Calgary bought the pieces of the Gaudreau era, flipping a 2015 deadline deal into the cornerstones of their modern era. And it still leaves Calgary with prospects in Zarubin and a potential top 20 pick in the 2026 draft. Let me know in the comments, what is the absolute best return your team ever got for a rental player at the trade deadline? Drop your answers below, hit subscribe to keep the forensic files open, and I'll see you in the next audit.